comes Winifred, here comes Winifred, sitting on my lap. Can you see her? She's black, and it's dark in my room, so maybe not. Probably should have turned the lamp on behind me before Winifred sat down, but alas, now I'm trapped. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I am currently trapped by a kitty cat, little pitty pat, who has decided she wants to sit on her papa. We're going to have a short little stream today because I want to do some of the extra-ish endings for Slay the Princess, some fairly quick ones, and then I think we'll be done with Slay the Princess because we've gotten like the best ending. So we are going to start a new game. Hello, Winifred. We're gonna skip most of the dialogue here, and I hope that we're actually getting game input here. I'll double check that in a second to make sure we're actually getting sound from the game.
Then.
There we go. We should be getting sound now.
A warning before you go any further.
Yeah, we should be getting sound.
We're not going to ignore him.
Blah, blah, blah. Proceed to the cabin.
The interior of the blade.
Take the blade.
You take the blade.
To the basement.
The daughter, her voice. She sounds. Don't let it. Good.
Downstairs.
You're still listening to reason. You walk down. She's so. Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right. We shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine.
We'll drop it.
The blade tumbled.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just...
Against your better judgment, we'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reason.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I would love to have a relationship with you. It's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. You think I'd just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That'd be ridiculous.
And yet you hesitated the moment you saw me. And you dropped your knife. If killing me was really that important, you'd have a little more gumption, don't you think?
Maybe.
So, someone put you up to this, right? And whoever it is, it's probably the same someone who shoved me into this dark pit and chained me to a wall.
A happy little pitty pat sitting on my lap. Little pitty pat.
That's a fair question. Who chained her in this basement, and if she's so dangerous, how did they manage to trap her? And why have we been left to do their dirty work? Don't give away the game, and don't let her distract you. That's exactly what she wants.
I'm right, aren't I? So who put you up to this?
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Apparently going to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? They haven't told you anything, have they?
No, nothing at all.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
She's making good points here.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a
Fair
point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
Oh.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
Well, let's get to know each other then, Princess.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
Blah, blah, blah. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your royal highness.
Again, she offers no specific.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have
You know why you're here.
Slay the princess.
You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle. She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
Oof.
As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp for air, she eyes you
Goodbye,
with an
Winifred.
intense curiosity. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs.
Uh-oh.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
And
Everything
so we
goes
die.
dark, and you die. You're on a path. You're here
Blah, 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 blah. She's going to kill me
again. People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Flattery will not get you anywhere.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... You know I can hear you, right? What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Fine. We'll go to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We never do,
We
buddy.
might as well just pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Nah.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how
That's
absolutely
new.
catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible. So
Sounds good to
please
me.
try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I don't have a say here. The interior of the cabin is larger and more grandiose than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. No blade this time. Yeah. Maybe she'll be more receptive if we're unarmed. Blade, no blade. It doesn't matter.
Voice of the Broken's got it right.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This seems fine. This seems fine.
Huh. This is actually kind of nice.
Yeah, this is fine.
It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
That's not gonna work.
Her booming voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
You
Yes,
weren't
ma'am?
kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
Alright, let's keep going.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess
Hello,
towers over
Mommy.
you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her
Damn.
figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants.
Step on me, Mommy. Jesus.
I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
I know, it's devastating, Voice of the Broken.
Kneel.
Neil.
On her command, you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
We kneel for a queen
That's my good little bird.
or a princess.
Now, why don't we talk?
Sure.
The last time we met, you told me I was destined to end the world. That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new, and the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny, and you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Yes, Mommy.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she?
I don't see what we can do in this situation to stop her, so we're not gonna try.
Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable. Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, first things first, you're going to have to stuff those pessimistic thoughts someplace far, far away
then we're having
and
this
commit
mental-
yourself to what needs to be done.
This interior dialogue while just kneeling in front of her.
The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
What do you have me do? What do you have planned?
All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Yes, ma'am. You're so powerful, can't you just break the chains
Don't be
yourself?
rude. Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude. We should know our place.
Voice of the Broken, you would get along very well with Voice of the Smitten.
I can, easily. But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful god unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am, or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was. The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity.
Okay.
The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world.
She's speaking my language.
And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn.
Yeah, no, I'm down with this. Let's do it.
Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Fair enough. Just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Fair enough, just trying to have a conversation, man. Yours command.
Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
Yes, mommy. I mean,
All you need to do now is break my chains.
yes, ma'am.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
What are you gonna do, narrator?
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong. Trying to conceal you from me.
Yep. If you could get
Is
rid of
that a person? No, it used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you?
Imagine getting this story arc on like your first playthrough. It's just kind of giving away the game, pun intended.
That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you? A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
You tell him, ma'am.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Ah!
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh my god, she's taken the place in the narrator.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done. There's nothing to be sorry about. This is... Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Well, if I don't believe what I haven't said.
You
poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free
This is
forever.
fine.
Please, don't do this.
Hero, we don't have a choice.
Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon us.
She says free.
What
but
a
Mary
good
says
disciple you are.
please.
Come, it's time for us to leave.
Is it time for reward? Money?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay. Take her hand. Your obedient servant. Pledge your loyalty to me better. Yeah. Okay, cool. But you do not take her hand. Something is taking her away and it's left something else.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now?
I think I'm supposed to
There's
look
something
here.
dread. I don't want to look at us. I'm begging
Approach the
you,
mirror.
don't.
Norm. Approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. See to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her. I don't know what to make of. Oh God.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
She's big. What are you?
I am solid.
What do you think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are ocean.
Blah blah blah.
Yes. Nerves. This one is dominance. A figure capable of bending everything to her will. She will make for a terrifying and divine heart. Do not mourn her, for she would not be able to mourn you.
Not sure how I feel about that. Alright, we're going to attack the entity. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Destroy your body. You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into the space your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Well, that's awkward. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But there is
Blah, blah,
no
blah.
exit. But this vessel is a creature. Bring me more.
Alright, make me forget.
She asks that you won't.
Everything goes dark, and you die.